Hi guys, I just had to pop in and show you this awesome thing I found at Goodwill. It is the candy wrapper beads. We make beads all the times, and if you look, we just use colored markers or papers out of magazines. But these are all pre-cut strips, and there's obviously this little candy wrapper theme, if you can see, different candies on all of these. But look at how cute the beads are going to be. And it gives you all of this stuff. It just says, go ahead, roll and glue. And the back here, it kind of tells you it contains 120 paper sheets, bamboo stick, beads, glue, elastic cord, and all the easy instructions you need. Goodwill, $1.99. This is an awesome find for us because I have no problems cheating and using all the pre-cut paper to make our beads. And with my daughter, who is 5, it really helps a lot, and it cuts down on some of the time-consuming things with her. So let's go. Let's make some beads. All right, we finally got this little bugger open. And here we got some extra little beads they give you, which I'm sure match all the pretty colors of paper. And we have, Jazzy wants to hold this. We have just some of the cord, or like some of the wire, to make some bracelets and stuff. That came in there. This is the glue. You want to hold that? So inside there's some of the glue. And this little thing right here is the skewer. This is my homemade drying rack right there with a ton of skewers. But we just opened this, and if you can look right here, here's all of the papers to make the paper beads. So let's pull some out, and me and Jazilla are going to get this done. Alright guys, we just got everything all open, and here are all of the pre-cut strips. And there's how many of each different pattern? So I can't decide what my favorite pattern's gonna be. Jazzy, which one do you like the most?
The rainbow.
The rainbow looking stripes one?
This one.
Oh, that one. The suckers. Yeah. Alright guys, part of this tutorial, what I wanted to show you is instead of using like my homemade glue type thing that we were doing, and I was just using regular school glue and mixing it with some water to make my own Mod Podge. This is Mod Podge, and it's the hard coat finish. It says it's for furniture. It works for water-based sealer, glue, and finish. I have a feeling this is going to work. So this is part of our whole trial and error thing today. We're going to dump some of this out and use this first. We also normally use just a clear nail polish too, and that'll help set the beads. Here's some that we've in our little bead jar, if I can get it open. These are some that we've made out of, I think, some are longer ones out of magazines. Some are out of just regular paper we colored with markers. And then if you can see like some of the glitters and stuff on them, I'm dropping them all. Some of that glitter and things like that on those in there is just from a glittery nail polish. So, I mean, these you can make any way you want. Some of those darker ones, like the green one down there, those were colored with markers, Sharpie markers, and painted. And the rest were just out of normal papers out of a magazine. So I keep all of our beads in there, and we're gonna pick some out and start rolling. And before I do that, real quick though, this is one of these long bamboo skewers that I cut in half, and what I did was I took a little pliers, or like a little pointy end screwdriver, yeah, that's what it was, and I started poking holes until I pinched through. And here, I don't know if you can see, this isn't really working real well, but obviously there's a tiny little slit in there, and this is what all of the bead rollers look like that you can buy. So all I did was wrap the ends, because what I did first was take one of the tall ones and I split it down the middle, And then I kept it just like this so that I could try to put a piece of paper in there, and we'll see how that works too. Jazzy's going to show you her little one. She's going to use that she got with the case. And she is messy and not feeling well, and this is something just to keep her mind off of everything. So let's make some beads. All right, guys. What we're going to do quick is we're going to take our Mod Podge, the hard that I had purchased from, where did I get this from? I got this from Michael's. And I'm just going to dump a little out and put it in this jar. And let's put a little in there. We're going to see how this coats and we're going to see how this works. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but if we need to, we can add a little water or something. So this is what we're going to use in here with a paintbrush once we get it done. So I'm going to put that aside. And then I'll try to set this up so you can see us actually rolling some beads. Yep. Alright guys, this is Jazzy's little one, and for her with her fingers it's really hard, so I usually start these out for her. She just has the tiny little bamboo stick that came with hers, and whatever you want the color showing, obviously you want that down, facing downward. And how I start it for her is I just put it on the end of the skewer and kind of give it a little crimp and a roll, because that way it'll start really tight. And let me check my focus here. There we go. And I start rolling it for her. And then, let's see if she can do it. All right, Jess, here you go. Now you take it, and you just keep twisting this and rolling. Excuse her dirty little fingers. And you want to keep it tight on here, so we just roll. You hold the end right here. And you keep one finger behind it. I'll keep mine there. You roll, but you want to make sure these lines stay on the sides. Let's get it a little tighter here. I don't know if you can see, guys. We're trying. Ah! All right, you work on rolling this. You got to keep it on the stick. You roll on that one, and then I will try on mine. What I wanted to show you guys on mine here was this little, if it'll focus, the part that opens up here, and I just have a little tape on it to hold it. You just stick this inside of here. This is, oops, so hard to do on camera. Anyway, you just stick your paper in there, okay? And you can bring it just to the top. So this is basically just my version of an at-home bead roller. And then you bend it. And look at this, you just start rolling. And it just does it that fast for you. And you just keep it in the middle and roll. Now these are going to kind of look like the beads I showed you in our jar, where they're tapered and they kind of come in. And then here at this point, what you want to do, I usually use a glue stick. Jazzy will use a glue stick. Otherwise you can just put some regular glue on there, however you want. The glue sticks work just fine. Otherwise, just put some regular old glue on that end. And what you want to do is keep rolling. And it's okay, see how much I used? I like the extra assurance, so I just keep rolling, and I use that on my finger to just keep going and going and going, and I kind of smooth it all over the bead. Just make sure you don't get it on to your skewer or whatever you're using to roll. So now that I know that's on there tight, let me get this focused. Maybe. Stupid thing just don't want to work. Come on, focused. You can do it. Let me put my hand behind it. That still don't want to work. Anyway, the point is we got the bead made on the skewer. Jazzy's not having so much luck with hers. So for a second, I'm going to just let this sit here and dry. I'll just tip it up here and let that sit and dry, or up here. And then we're going to help Jazzy with hers, because right now this is what she's got. That's kind of not the point. So let's do Jazzy's, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys. Now that we have my bead on here, what I'm going to do is take some of this hard Mod Podge on just an old paintbrush. You don't need too much to begin with because you don't want to get it on the skewer. This is so hard to do when you're on camera. And what you want to do is just paint over it, pull it towards the middle. Just don't get any on the skewer. And the reason you don't want any on the actual skewer is because it'll glue on there and you won't be able to pull your bead off. And believe me, that has happened to me a lot, and it is so annoying. So annoying. I will promise to make a better tutorial on some of our bead stuff. This was just a quick one I wanted to try out the Mod Podge with. Jazzy's having some issues with this, so I have to be off camera to help her. And now that I have this coated, you can see it's all coated. That'll dry clear, and it'll dry hard, and that is what I'm going for. So, we're going to let this dry, and I'm just going to sit this here, and I'm going to help Jazzy, and I promise to come back, and I will show you what that looks like once it's dry. But I will promise also to make another video when it's just me and not me and the Jazzinator, when I can get a little more in depth and show you. So this was just our quick little tutorial on our awesome little thing we found at Goodwill, and I will let you know how the Mod Podge works. So thanks for watching, and I will be back again. I'll actually pop back in once that's dry to show you. Alright guys, here it is. This one is done. And here is a bunch of the other ones. You can see some are still drying, some are done. I'm going to, once they're all dry, I'm going to use some glittery nail polish. But I'm squeezing right now as hard as I can. And guess what? This stuff works. These are pretty hard. Ooh. Check it out. Sweet.